Hello, YouTube. I am back, and I'm here, and I'm doing a new album reaction. And it's been a while since I've done one of these. I've just been doing a lot of request reactions. I think the only two I did that were new albums last year or in December was Evermore and Whole Lotta Red, and that was it. Those were the only big hype releases there, but now we have an album that I think 2021 has granted us that is worthy of listening to. So here we have it. Okay Human by Weezer. First off, I have to say, I like the name pisses me off. I really don't like the name because knowing that it just comes from OK Computer and like that album being such a big thing for him. But you know what I mean? Like, you were making records during that time. Actually, you had two big records before OK Computer came out. So it's interesting that you pay an homage to like this influence that, you know, that the good shit came after you. Because to be honest, Weezer, after OK Computer, you were just a decline after that with everything in quality. But regardless of that, I mean, Weezer, for a little bit anyways, was able to have success with singles and whatnot. Album-wise, like, I don't even want to sift through that type of stuff. But I think 2014, When Everything Will Be Alright in the End, I listened to that album, but I don't really go back to it. It's kind of like whatever, but it's not as bad as like some of the stuff that they were releasing beforehand. So it felt acceptable, and it was like, okay. And then White Album came out, and I fuck with that heavy. Actually, it's great, and it's not as good as Blue Album or Pinkerton, but I think I kind of fuck with how the power pop really works with like the beach-esque vibes that they had on here, because Blue Album sure had like beach vibes, but very, very angsty as well. But you don't really feel the angst when they're like 40 years old singing about whatever the fuck they sing about. But yeah, and then they had the Teal Album and Black Album that they released last year. Teal Album had like it was okay, you know, but you just don't really care because it's just covers of songs that are just done better than the covers, except for the No Scrubs cover. I do fuck with that. And then the Black Album is just yeah, back to the same boring shit. So I'm excited for this, because who knows, like, I'm not expecting this at all to compare to their first two albums. I'm not expecting that, you know, them being a height of like music history, like they're not going to reach that peak again, and that's okay. You know what, because it seems like they're having fun, and fuck, did they ever make money? But regardless, let's just get into the album. I haven't heard any of these tracks yet. It's all fresh. Even the melody sounds like a song like that you've heard from Weezer before, but I guess you just haven't heard like a pan flute or something like this.
All my favorite songs are slow and sad.
Interesting coming in with a string work like this.
People make me mad. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Okay, very, very like 2000s indie. Like, it has the Weezer vibe, but I'm seeing like that like mid-2000s aesthetic.
I wanna be rich, but I feel guilty. I fall in love with.
Interesting. I don't know what he's doing here. The lyrics are kind of not entirely related to the concept of the song, but very angsty. This is actually very angsty lyricism. What the fuck? Actually, the strings, like, when I come back to this on a re-listen, that's what I'm probably really gonna be fucking with. Ooh, okay, fuck, that's good. The trumpet too, I like the entrance to that. Okay, so Weezer comes in on here, all my favorite songs, first song, and I kind of do fuck with this, to be honest. Like at the start of it, I wasn't sure. Like I enjoyed a lot of like the instrumentation, but I was like, okay, it still feels like they're holding back a little bit. But over the runtime, it kind of like does open up with a lot of different things, and all the catchy hooks and everything like start really fucking working. Cuomo looks like he's having fun. And even though the lyricism is like not like the best, it works in the context that it's given. And then thinking about it too, like how old this guy is, and he's saying this shit that you'd think like a 16-year-old would tweet on Twitter, like, what's wrong with me? All my favorite songs are sad. Talking about like, I like when other people talk because like I don't have to. Like, he's being angsty too much. Like, dude, well, what else does he say too? He's like, I feel guilty for being rich. That rubs me the wrong way. Like, just shut the fuck up, man.
What's playing at the Arrow? Some French noir flick.
Okay.
Don't wanna sit next to humans. I'm agoraphobic.
Oh, I like that agoraphobic. They said that. That's pretty cool.
Oh my God, what's happening to me? Walking down Montana. Same old dull routines, same old new gold. Years go by, but mine has lost its flavor like this chai.
Interesting. It's just like all these lyrics kind of just sound like he's trying to land jokes, but like it's corny, but it's like it's kind of what you expect from Weezer, like that nerdy like type of aesthetic. Like, oh, that's very nice too. Oh, it kind of sounds like a Zelda song or something that's in Smash. You hear that? That's kind of cool. What are you talking about now? Someone will be there with you? Oh, I guess he's saying you're not alone, like when your life's stuck in a rut. Is that what he's trying to say? Okay. Alu Gobi. I don't like this song as much as the first one, but like I can't say this is a bad song. Like, this is well constructed. It's well produced too, but I do already see that like all the tricks that were up the first song's sleeve are up the second's as well. Like, this doesn't really expand upon what I was just hearing. It actually does a little bit less, I would argue. Lyrically, though, again, he's kind of saying some, like, very intense stuff. Like, Alu Gobi, I guess, is some sort of phrase that he's trying to say is, like the dumb shit in life. Like, the things you just have to deal with, the mundanity type stuff. And then he tries to go and say, like, hey, you're not alone. We all deal with that shit. And it works. Some lines, like, rub me the wrong way, though. They do, again. Like something about like chai tea or whatever. It's just like off-putting in the sense where it's not funny to the extent where you keep listening, you go, ha. It's funny where you stop yourself and you go, why? Like, this is like, why did you say that? But yeah, that's pretty cool. And the strings come back again.
I can feel my breathing. It's so nice. It's
like a Britney Spears song. Like, that's kind of what it like comes in like. On this one, it's going out my ear, like, no. Okay, Grapes of Wraith. I think the problem I had with this song is that after a little bit into it, I just knew what I was getting myself into. The rest of the track, I just didn't have as much interest. I don't know. It was okay. It was okay. I don't have major qualms, but I'm just thinking now that this just I need a little bit more from the album now because I feel like it's not reaching out of this one field of sound. Here we go.
There's always a number that'll make you feel bad about yourself. You try to measure up to somebody else. Numbers are out to get you. Numbers are out to get you. Numbers. I hear the sound.
Oh, wow. This is awesome. This sounds like it would be like a Kian song or something.
Look at him, look at her, they got a million lives. You better figure out how to multiply, divide.
Like, I'm just saying, like, it's fine to have simple lyricism, but sometimes when Rivers says this stuff, it just comes off wrong. I don't know.
It matter all that we even really know.
Now he's straightening his voice, but now, like, that I'm getting the message of the song, I just don't like how, like, unpersonable it feels. Ooh, I like the way that it's, like, exiting here. Alright, Numbers, like, I was fucking with the sound of this overall, but halfway through, I think what really I lost interest in was Rivers. Like, I lost interest in him. And then lyrically, like, I get the message, like, numbers are out to get you. Like, what do these things mean? They put you in vulnerable positions. Like, why do you let these things, you know, control how you feel? Blah, blah, blah. But, and it's fine to have a surface level message because I know what he's trying to get at here. Like, it's just, which is fine. But it just comes off like almost satire. Like, that's what it feels like. I know it's not, but it, you know what I mean? It does. I swear.
My wife is upstairs, my kids are upstairs, and I haven't washed my hair in 3 weeks. I just can't let go when I'm playing my piano.
Interesting. This is very, like, playful in the sense of, like, Ben Folds, too. Like, that's what this makes me think of. And then the drum comes in, and then it just makes me think of the same drums that have been on this album. And it feels out of place, because I was getting this, like, nice Beatles vibe in a way. Okay, so now the song is gonna end out with this chorus, I guess, and now it's lost me. Once I've been given the first half and it goes back, it's not enough to hold me. At least on first listen it's not. Okay, yeah, playing my piano. Not a lot of words for this one. Yeah, feeling lukewarm now, like, coming into this. There's cool parts about it, but then overall it loses me after it gives me the chorus. Because it just wasn't interesting enough the first time. It was just sort of like, and then whatever. Sounds like something that was only like that new, the debut Glass Beach album. I guess that album sounded very Weezer-esque. And it doesn't really have any impact after that, I feel.
Heaven turns his back on this man.
Oh, now he's doing like some like kind of lo-fi recording at his piano.
Heaven shuts the door on this man.
That type of recording kind of reminds me of like that Radiohead B-side, How I Made My Millions. But Mirror Image, yeah. Lyrically, again, I get it. You know, talking about his love and this person's my mirror image. It's nicely orchestrated, but it's not giving me an impact. I'm gonna have to, go for that re-listen. We'll see.
Young girl, lying flat in her bed, streaming images to her head.
See, it's just so on the nose.
Now the real world is dying. Is everybody
I really like the bass on this, actually.
Can you tell me where we're going? Where will we be 21 years from now? She plays solitaire on her desktop, searches for her kids. Now she can't stop. Did she think she'd go out this way?
Where did she go out? Just like dying, always looking at her screen. I like when he says everyone's just screaming the intensity of all this. This is the most like theatrical song on the album so far, I'd argue. Alright, well, Screams and All My Favorite Songs, I think, are the two songs out of the 8 so far that I could say, like, I really don't have many qualms with. Like, I know that they're good. Everything else has just sort of been by the wayside for the most part. But Screams I liked. This one was silly, but again, very emotive, I felt, instrumentally as a whole. Like, it blended well, and it didn't feel like it really needed to stick to its, like, chorus verse, chorus structure. So, you know what I mean? It felt very loose in that way because of its, like it felt like it had that sort of narrative. So cool. I fuck with that.
At the sea below, I was hunting krill.
Hunting Crow, Rivers Cuomo, Hunting Crow, eh? Harvard
On a
graduate.
flashlight skillers. Now I'm just a bird with a broken wing, but I still have a song to sing. Turning
Okay, cool.
night to day, pouring clouds away, thinking I would be his meal till I slipped up and away. See.
Oh, and then this is a nice exit. Okay. And now this song's breaking into like an acoustic. Jeez. Falsetto here. Oh. Okay. Bird with Broken Wing. I feel like that's easily the best song on here so far. Like it's quite intense. It's got a lot of different things happening in the structure, and vocally here, I think this, like, Rivers is really shining here, like, because a lot of these lyrics too, like, as sappy as they can be, like, his delivery is really why it comes across like a certain way. But here, the delivery was different. Like, it was like really emotive. So okay, so there's a diamond right there. There's a diamond in this. Oh, cool.
Turn the key and step into the blackness.
Oh jeez, it's like a Have a Nice Life song. What the fuck are you doing, Weezer?
Dead roses at the bottom of an oubliette, where they beat you till you beg to live. It's mine. Now I'm crying over dead roses. I could never let them go.
Oh, I like the. I wasn't really picking up on that while listening to the song though. Okay, Dead Roses. Yeah, it's okay. This is quite like a short song, but I'm not really picking up with a lot of it. I kind of like the delivery, like when the chorus comes in, like that I was fucking with, but more or less the same stuff. String work, drum work, everything, like as a whole, it's in the same mid-tier as all the other mid-tier stuff. Okay, so this is just like an interlude type thing. Okay. Okay, and it's gonna come into the song. Here comes the rain. Oh. yeah, okay, another song I'm just kind of feeling middle of the road about. Like it's okay, you know, it's not poorly like put together, but it's just not engaging, really. He's not doing much. He's doing more or less what he was just doing on like 10 other tracks before this. Um,
I was jumping the jungles, there was nothing to find.
Ooh. This has got like a nice groove to it.
I stood with empty hands, I headed on home. Live long enough, you're gonna choke on a bone. Hey, hey, singing in the prayer topics.
Okay, that's kind of nice. Why is he talking about this? Like, are you having health problems, Rivers? Like, because, to be honest, the amount of money that you have, you could provide yourself for plentiful decades, bro. Just stay off the fucking drugs, man. It's as simple as that. Like, chorus is nice, and you know what? I could say that the chorus is nice for a lot of the tracks on here, but outside of that, you're not giving me a lot outside of choruses here. Alright. Okay. Human here, Weezer. Final thoughts. First listen thoughts, that is. Yeah. This is fine, I guess. Like, I know that after I listen to this a few more times and like give my final score after that, I just feel like I won't really be coming back to this. I probably won't. There's the 3 songs on here that I have, all my favorite songs, Screens and Bird with a Broken Wing. Those 3 tracks, I say, like, okay, I fuck with those. Everything else on here, I'm just not, like, nothing's particularly bad, but nothing's particularly, like, reaching a height that makes it, like, really, like, worth listening to, especially too, and a reason that I'm definitely going to be more critical on a band like Weezer is because I've seen your best work. You know what I mean? I've seen your best work, so if you're not going to give me your best work, if you're going to be so below that bar that I know you've given before, it's just like, it's just not going to hit. Better than the Black album on first listen, that's for sure. But I couldn't even, I don't even think I could compare this to White Album. I think on a first listen, this is maybe a 6.5. And this is why I would think I'd give it a 6.5 instead of a 6, because I do think things are like well put together overall, and there is nice sounds on here, and there's good choruses, but there's just problems with his presence as like this vocal lead, especially when it comes to the verses here. He's just like, he's almost meaningless, and lyrical content, some people may like the content that he has on here. Me, overall, it's a hit or miss. It's how he delivers it is really, if it's gonna stick with me. This is a short album too. It's only 30 minutes, but like, it felt longer than 30 minutes listening to it, and I don't think that is a good sign. But yeah, overall, it's fine. It's okay. Will it get better over multiple listens? I think maybe. Like, maybe, but that's just more if I can enjoy or like sit back and like not feel like cringe sometimes at like his sort of like, you know, corniness that he has. But maybe, but I will let you know when that happens. Alrighty, so I gave this OK Human Weezer album a few more spins, and initially I like was disliking this album more, to be honest with you. But I've came around to it a little bit, like a decent bit. Because looking back now, the string work, the string section stuff, and everything is really well constructed. And even though it doesn't go into really bold, grandiose statements, I think it does enough to hold its own overall. Even though Rivers' lyricism isn't the best, I think he can still land on his feet at most points, and he's given enough work into like the melodies and these choruses on almost all these songs. Like they really do hit. So you know what? I'm gonna commend him for having fun here and he not like completely fucking it up. I'm not gonna put this into comparison to White Album anytime soon, but this is listenable. Decent affair. If there's anything you want to see me react to, anything at all, just put a comment down below. And thank you for watching. Peace.